Government yesterday declared that it would not finance private schools struggling with COVID-19 pandemic-induced shocks. The revelation came during an interaction between the State Minister for Primary Education, Dr. Moriku Kaducu, and Parliament's Education Committee.
The Education Act of 2008 is a very clear policy document. It's an act that provides for us how we can regulate, and it is our mandate to regulate the private schools. However, it has not made any mention about the financial support to the private schools. The Act has no provision.
Some of the private school owners said that they are not surprised as government has failed to intervene on behalf of the school owners many times.
A protectionist policy that for every country that has developed, they have had to protect their indigenous institutions. And for this, we need to protect the education sector, because all the other sectors, telecom, service, name it, they have been taken over by those that are not indigenous, and also expatriating a lot of resources, getting out of this country. But here are men and women who have offered to educate our own citizens, and the country seems to be quiet over this.
If government has been appealed to come to the rescue of private institutions in Uganda for the last 2 years, there is no way they would have said that they now have the money within the last 1 month.
Now the owners want an education recovery fund so that they can cope up when the school resume in January 2022.
The money was already identified by us in conjunction with Uganda Bankers Association. And all what we need is government to accept to bond this. And the money goes to central bank. Then the commercial banks, where we are indebted, will access this recovery fund, be able to clear the backlogs, be able to provide operating capital, and be able to provide startup capital at the reopening. We identified about $300 million that was available, and Uganda Bankers Association can testify to this.
We then asked them how they plan to cope if government continues to ignore them.
Continue moving with the available relief from Bank of Uganda until we come to September. And then when we reach there, we shall know how to cross the road.
We are going to seek services of the top doctor who is the president. I hope he's listening and is watching.
In his last address to the nation, the president said the economy would fully reopen for the first time in 2 years. Raymond Tamale, NTV.